This is the book of First Peter, chapter 2, and verse 17. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the King. All right, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachahak Wadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who were well, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. This is the brother Yeshaya, part of Men of Valor, South Carolina. This lesson right here is going to be about the lone wolf mentality. Now, you got certain guys, especially like younger cats, when they come up, they don't want to, get under the authority of other men. So, and we've seen examples like that, especially this recent example, okay, and the decree going out by Elder Pastor Har to basically not deal with these offshoot camps or affiliate camps, right? So we see how it, so with that, okay, we basically, I lost my train of thought, Salakia. Got to get my fish oil pills. But anyway, we saw that example of how not to operate, because you risk your chance on not being a part of the body. Okay, just because, all right, and let me say this. Just because, you're part of the body, aka, part of a camp, especially, Great Millstone, or even us, Men of Valor, or Saints of Jersey, or, other camps. You risk, having a brotherhood just to be a lone wolf. Okay. And I'm talking about guys that, want to do solo dolo and think they have it. And this one guy, I think of off the top of my head, I'm not going to name his name because he's quick to do a video on brothers. Well, in the past, I don't know if he's changed, but it's all good. I don't have no nothing against the brother, but basically, he was a part of the camp, and he, we all fall. Okay, we fall and we get back up. A righteous man falleth and get it back up. But he, when it was time for him to come back, he basically didn't do the right things to get back, and kept getting in things, and basically, now he's a lone wolf. Okay, when he could have been easily back with us. And, he's a lone wolf. Like, his mentality, if you know him, okay, because me and Yakar have the, we knew him. So he always had that mentality, even before we met him. And that's not a good mentality to have, man. Like I said, I'm not bashing the brother, but that's not a good mentality to have. All right, because the brotherhood is precious, man. All right, 1 Peter 2 and 17, once again, honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, honor the king. All right, so we have explicit examples in the scriptures, okay, about honoring the brotherhood, man. Okay, Psalms. Damn, that's not it. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. That's right. So that's why the scriptures say, there it is right there. It's down there at the bottom. Okay, basically a strand of two or three cannot be easily broken. And you see examples of that, like how Yahweh Shah, he sent out his disciples by twos. Okay, because, when you're on the line by yourself, man, it's hard. Okay, you got to read. You got to think of precepts. Well, the precepts flow because of the Rachah HaKodash, but, you got to hold post. The camera starts waving or falling, you got to grab that. It's just a lot of things that you have to do when you're by yourself that, having a brother, it lessens the load, man. Okay, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a three-forked cord is not quickly broken. All right, so, and the thing is, me and we used to say this, in the camp concerning each other. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. All right. Like I said, there's nothing against that brother, but just things I was thinking about, man. This is the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Hamashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. So, hey, when we're, the scriptures say that when two or more are gathered, then Yahweh Shai is in the midst. All right, let not nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem each other better than themselves. So it's a powerful thing to be a part of a group, to be a part of a camp, to have brethren, because if you fall into troubles, okay, then brothers have camp funds. Brothers have, the churches have treasuries, okay. So it's not good to be alone, man. All right, like, and I've experienced it, okay. I've experienced it, and I've got through it. All right, and hey, it is what it is. It was part of my journey, but if it's a part of your journey and you don't get it right, then that's on you, man. All right, but if you do what you got to do and get back in the good graces of the brothers, okay, then bam, it's all good. All right. Yeah. So let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 1. And these things the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them two and two before his face into every city and place whither he himself would come. So there you go. Yahushua sent them out two by two for what? So that strand of two cords cannot be easily broken. That strand of two or three cords cannot be easily broken, man. Okay. So, and me and the brothers, we have a godly jealousy of, brothers that have big camps. All right. But also when you have a big camp, you run the risk of, brothers just falling to the back. Okay. Fading to black, just doing, just chilling out at camp. Okay. Having side conversations. You don't have to speak. You can just hold posts and joke, have a little sidebar conversation and everything like that. But, hey, it's still a beautiful thing. So what I'm saying is that even with bigger camps, there's always, drawbacks to anything. All right. Just as there's drawback to being by yourself, there's drawback to having bigger camps. But basically, yeah, man. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them two and two before his face into every city and place whither he himself would come. Okay. The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. And that goes without being said, man. Let the brotherly love continue. All right. And this is the last one I'm going to get. All right. This is the book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 31. I try, when I do lessons now, I try not to go on a tangent and just let the scripture speak to itself. So if I read scriptures that are self-explanatory, just skip on, and hey, forgive me, right? Mark 12 and 31. And let me see. Yeah, and this is the whole commandment. Mark 12 and 29, and Yahushua answers them, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power, Yahweh, is one. Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Abahabanawa, Yahweh, Hachad. That is to say, the Lord our power is one. Hear ye, O Israel. That is to say, Hear ye, O Israel, the Lord our power is one. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. Okay. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is no other greater commandment than these. And in the other, synoptic gospel, it says basically you fulfill the whole law by these two commandments right here. And you actually do, because if you love your neighbor as yourself, then you're going to follow the commandments, by default. Okay. So, yeah. That's it. Lord willing, it was edifying, uplifting to, the brotherhood. Want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, But Hashem Rakah Hakwadash, double honors due to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Shalom.